I wouldn't be here because there were days that I wanted to jump out the window of the hospital. And honestly, what saved me was my relationship with God and Jesus and La Virgen de Guadalupe.
Oh.
I wouldn't be here.
In
Yeah,
that
that's not my
accident,
identity.
I
You know, that's not my identity.
No,
like
you're
I said,
Alexia.
I had a life before the show.
Exactly.
And I'm going to continue to have a life, over the show. Yes, the show is a big part of my life, but there's so much more to me and to my story.
I know. That's why you're here on my podcast. You went through something as a mom that is really horrible, and thank God Frankie's okay now, but he was in a really bad car accident. How did you keep it together? And I know Herman was there a lot for you.
Oh, no, I couldn't have done it without Herman. And with the dad was there too. I couldn't have done it. And honestly, what saved me was my relationship with God and Jesus and La Virgen de Guadalupe.
Oh.
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't
You
be here
had
because there were
faith.
days that I wanted to jump out the window of the hospital.
I can imagine. I remember saying, I want to get on a plane and I want to go, but I don't know what hospital he's in. And I remember I would send you a bunch of messages, and it was hard, Alexia. Like, how
That's
did you?
the hard, like, no parent should have to go through that. Like, I think back, and I've accepted it. And, it's so hard on my other son, on Peter. He's still going through, he still goes through it. It's something like it's never like, okay, like you're never okay again, as a family, because you're always thinking like what it could have been, I've learned to pass all that and, just accept it. And like, for me, he's like a miracle. He has a purpose and he's my angel. Like, I don't know how to live my life without him. And he's changed like my life in so many ways. Like, I'm a better person, a better mom, a better human being, just like with him.
And the public loves him.
Yes.
He's so sweet.
He's so
And
sweet.
he has so much charisma, and he loves you so much when he tells you, Mommy.
I didn't, by the way, he wanted to come. I didn't
Why
bring him
didn't I
because I was
wanted
going to
to-
be crying and talking about him. He would have been like, Mom, don't cry. Like,
well,
he doesn't
next
like to see
time,
me. So
bring
that's
him.
why. Well, we have
Okay.
a different topic, but I knew today you were going to dig deep.
I told you we're gonna dig deep into everything a little bit so we can have two parts.
Right.
And because I want the people to get to know you more, not just Alexia on Housewives of Miami. And
Yeah, that's not my identity.
I
You
know.
that's not my identity.
No,
like
you're
I said,
Alexia.
I had a life before the show.
Exactly.
And I'm going to continue to have a life, over the show. Yes, the show is a big part of my life, but there's so much more to me and to my story.
I know. That's why you're here on my podcast.
Well, who better with you? Because, these are things that are really hard to talk about.
Thank you.
So, I would, I feel like safe, I feel comfortable and thank you for being a good listener.
No, I appreciate it. And what exactly happened in the accident? How did it happen? And he was really young.
He was a passenger. He was a passenger, and his friend was 16 and a half years old, and Frankie was 14 and a half. And Frankie always would hang out with like older kids. I guess since he had like an older brother, so this kid was a little older than him. And they went to the same school and everything. It was a Sunday at 3:00 in the afternoon. It was raining really hard. And he lost control. The driver lost control of the car. And I guess he went to brake and the car started spinning. And it landed on the other side of the median on the bridge of 79th Street Causeway. Because we lived by there, by Normandy Shores. And and next thing we were going out that night to dinner with my mom again. That was here from Spain. And it was her last night. It was always the same thing with my mom. But, and I got the phone call and that's it. My life has never been the same. Like, no parent should have to go through that and get that phone call.
Is the guy who was driving, the kid who was driving, is he okay? Is he?
Everyone was okay. Frankie was the only one that was injured, which
so
is,
sorry.
Which is good because you don't want, anybody else, to have been hurt. But
He's come a long way.
Life.
He's come a long way, and he seems
he
to
wasn't
be
supposed
doing.
to make it, and that's why people cannot, that are in situations like this, cannot listen to the doctors. And because I am telling you, if you have faith, well, the only reason why I was able to do it was I don't know how people live without faith.
Me
It's
neither.
something you can't even explain it. It's like it's in you, and if you don't have it. Go look for it. You need it. It will change your life. And I'm not here to talk about religion or spirituality or anything like
but
that.
it's true. And
but
you
I'm
feel
saying
empty,
my story.
right? If you don't have it.
Yes. Like I would go, the only time I would leave the hospital was to go to San Juda, to St. Jude. And something gravitated. I actually had a dream. I was in the hospital and I had all the faiths. And that's why I believe so much in prayer. I had everybody from different faiths because I am open to, and when you're in a case like of desperation, they say, pray to this Buddha, you're going to pray to the Buddha, pray to this. And I'm not even offending God, because God understands I needed everybody. Like, I like the saints because I need everybody's help.
The power of prayer is incredible.
And the rosary is super powerful as well. And when, like, on Sundays, we would all in the hospital, all my friends and family would come, and we would like take over and just doing rosario, for Frankie and for everybody else that was there too. That's very sad to be in a hospital with all kids. I wanted to save all the kids.
Of course.
It was just like, I can't even like think bad. Like,
he was out of state. He wasn't in Florida.
No, it was here in Miami.
Right, but the hospital.
Oh, well, here he was in the hospital in intensive care for 3.5 months at the Holtz Children's Hospital, which was amazing and incredible. And they saved his life. And then, once they save your life, they're like, okay, well, this is all we can do. Medically, he's fine, but neurologically, he wasn't. He had a brain injury. And, at that moment, the doctors just suggested that I put him in one of those homes, like for a vegetative state.
Assisted living facility.
Yeah. And I was like, no, like, do you know me? Like, this would never, like, I can't never live without my son. And so I just did, there were certain tests and assessments that you had to do. I started reading. I became a doctor, Adri. Like, I swear to you, like, I became a doctor. I knew more than the nurses. I knew more than the doctors, because I was the one that was there 24/7.
Of course.
Remember, the doctors just come in to check you. Oh, how's he doing?
2 minutes.
Blah, blah, blah. And even like the doctors, because a lot of doctors don't have faith and or are religious. I get it. They're like every day dealing with this. So they have to be strong, you know, and they have to tell you the worst news. And even the doctors that were taking care of Frankie, because he had other fractures, like, his pelvis. He had, besides the brain injury, he had many other things going on. And, he had the trachea. He wasn't breathing on his own. And he was in a medically induced coma, whatever. So the doctors literally started believing. They're like, whoever you're praying. Oh. No, they kept on telling me, whoever you're praying to.
Keep doing it.
Keep doing. Whatever you're doing, keep on doing it. Because everything that, that he wasn't supposed to happen would happen in a good way.
And what is the worst diagnosis that they gave you?
The brain, I mean, it's not, the worst diagnosis was he's not making it.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like the first 24 hours. It was like, he's not making it. Like, I remember just like attacking the doctor and nothing. So everything, it was just like the worst 3.5 months, like, of my life, like, that you don't care about anything. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah, nothing matters.
I didn't care about the magazine. I didn't go to the venue to work for a whole year. I gave it. That's when that girl kind of like took over that Herman hired. I'll tell you about her later.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, that was another nightmare. But I don't want to talk about anybody. But anyways, you probably know who she is though, because she was like in el medio and stuff.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is, when you have a situation like this going on, like, your world stops.
I know.
Like, nothing matters. Nothing matters. Like, you barely can even take a shower.
Like, you don't want to.
Yeah.
You just want to be next to your kid.
Yes. Like, I would not leave. Like, and I knew that that's why I was going to make it. That's why he was going to make it. Because I was just like, God can't do this to me. He's like part of me. Like, there's no way. And I really do believe that God saved him. Because he saved Peter and me too. Because we wouldn't be here. Like, Peter would tell me, if my brother doesn't make it, and this is a conversation we'd have, and I would have the same thing.
Wow.
I was like, I can't do this. It's like, you don't know the pain. And that's why I continue to pray, to all the parents that are in hospitals with their children. It is such a pain. Like, because, it's like, that's not supposed to happen. These are like your babies.
Your kids, yeah.
And so, it was a really, really hard time in my life. And, I've not, you never recover 100% is what I'm trying to say.
But faith and God kept you strong. And look at Frankie now. He's doing so much better. Yeah.
And just a little side note. So when, we came back from the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, which was
That's what I mean. I knew he was out of town.
In Atlanta and Buckhead, that they were incredible. That's where he did the rehabilitation center. Because at the time, Miami had no rehabilitation center for that kind of an injury.
Okay.
Jackson had something, but it was very like limited. And, I wanted to take him to the best. So, they really, really helped him a lot. So again, there was only so much they could do. And I remember when they were discharging him and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go home. It's kind of like you feel so protected in the hospital. And I was so scared to bring him home because he was still very fragile. He wasn't even walking. Like to have to pick out a wheelchair with your son. It's like, it's not, I'm telling you, but God is so great. I never made my house handicap. despite all the doctors telling me like that's negligence, you have to, he's not going to be able to walk and he's not going to be able to do this. I was like not listening to any of them. And, I always envisioned him walking, talking, eating. He had a feeding tube. I brought him home with a feeding tube. And anyways, so when he was already walking, I said, the first person that I'm going to take him to is the doctor that didn't believe, that told me he's not in there and he's not going to make it. So and I had heard the doctor was moving to a different state. And when Frankie was already walking steps, not walking like he walks today, but,
Right.
he was walking. This is a doctor that told me he was not going to make it. Mm-hmm. So he's walking, he was still not talking, but, and eating because, you
With
need
the
to
tube.
swallow.
Yeah. And
So
he had to learn how to eat again.
he had to learn how to do everything again, everything again. And so when we walk into the doctor's office, the doctor comes out. I'm like, please tell Dr. Sandberg is his name. David Sandberg. He's actually Sheryl Sandberg's, from Facebook.
Uh-huh.
Her brother.
Oh, okay.
They're both like very smart. Obviously, he's a neurosurgeon. He
Yeah.
saved his life. So
but
I'll forever be
but
grateful.
they're not God. They don't know everything.
Yeah, and what about being human?
Yeah.
So anyways, so I walk in with him and I was like, please, you have to tell the doctor that, he has a very special patient that wants to say hello. And he comes out and Frankie gets up because he's always been like that to say hello to him. And he was with teary eyed. The doctor starts crying. He's like, I'll go, Dr. Sandberg. I know that this is going to be very impactful for you because you need to know you saved his life. And despite all the negative things you told me, I want to show you that this is what you do. You saved his life. And then he goes, no, I didn't save his life. You did. He's like, your love saved your son's life. And he was like crying. And, and I believe that as well. Not only God, it's like, and that's why with Guadalupe, I just turned to her. I actually had a dream with her. And I envisioned this. I didn't even know about La Virgen de Guadalupe until Frankie's accident. And I had this dream, and I had priests coming every day because yo estaba mal. I mean, you have no idea.
Of course.
I was really
I can
bad.
imagine.
And the priest from St. Jude came. I forgot his father. I forgot his name right now. He was incredible. Very popular priest there. And how was your night? Whatever. I'm like, oh my God, Father, I dreamt with this saint. And, she had like a baby, like a kid under. And, but, it was like a saint, but it was like my face and it was like my hair, but like a saint. I'm not a saint. But I'm far from being a saint. No, I could be a saint. And anyway, so he goes, that's La Virgen de Guadalupe. And I go, I don't know what it is. I've never seen. He goes, I'm going to bring you my Virgen de la Guadalupe from my church, from mine. That's mine personally. And you're going to keep her here and you're going to pray to her. And you're going to ask her for whatever you want. And when your son's walking, he's going to bring it back for me. And that's exactly what I did. Wow. So, I mean, it's so powerful. Like, I want to share all these things, when I do start writing. Because, I think that's what saved me, having this support, and for me, it was like a religious support. Yes, financially also, I didn't have to work. Not every family, unfortunately, was in the same position, that I was. So I'm forever grateful, that we had so many resources. We were in a great hospital with great doctors. We had the money to pay for it. I had a good support system. But with something like this, like your family falls apart.
Yeah.
And their lives right after that, I almost lost, Peter. Peter needed me too, and I wasn't there. So after I recovered Frankie, Adriana, I had to turn to my family and say, oh, my family's falling apart. I had
He
to
went through a rough time. Peter.
Terrible. He couldn't deal with it. He couldn't deal with it. He would leave the hospital and I was like, he's going to kill himself. Yeah. It was just like he couldn't deal because Peter's another one that has like a super soft heart. He's super kind. He's all about the heart also. I'm like, sorry, Peter, you got your mom and dad and we're all like, we have such a soft heart. So he's like that un buenazo. And it was, I had to recover him. And then I remember then looking at myself and saying, what about me? Oh, and then I had to recover Herman. And
Because
wasn't
Herman was
happening.
very affected too.
Very affected too. Herman adored my kids.
I know.
And Frankie was his favorite. They were both his favorites. I can't even tell you like Frankie because he loved both of my kids.
But probably Frankie was like the baby.
Yes. You know, if Frankie like was very feisty, so Peter was un buenazo, so Peter would never be disrespectful or do anything like that. But Frankie would fight him. Frankie would be like, Frankie was something else. Like he was always super nice and sweet and whatever, but he was a handful. And so, you know, they both, like I said, they both miss him a lot. But I forgot what we were getting at.
About how you had to recover. Yeah,
I
you
had to recover my whole
Herman.
family.
Yeah.
And that's how I know how strong I am because I am telling you.
You're
and
resilient.
I'm not going to tell you like there were times that I wanted to give up.
Of course.
But it's really always been like with my personal stuff. You know, I can handle anything professionally, but personally with my family that I adore, it's like it's really, really hard for me. And and then I had to recover Herman, which I unfortunately never did. You know. And
What happened with the magazine and the girl that you said he hired?
Oh no! Well, that was when Frankie was at the hospital. You know, she kind of like wanted to be me, and then she was just like, you know, abusing of the situation in every way. And you know, I was so disconnected because, like I told you, I'm like, I didn't even want to see a magazine. I didn't turn on the TV. Nothing. The only thing I saw once was Kathy Gifford, which was a senator that had been shot in the head. Also, she had a brain injury around the same time, and somebody told me like about her husband had written a book and something about a brain injury, and somebody brought me the book, and I read it all in one day, and that book also like saved my life.
It helped you
yeah,
probably.
it was like every time they would bring me a book or something. It had to do with
Frankie.
making me better and accepting the situation and just getting stronger. So I started doing a lot of things that her husband would do, like to get her to talk, and I started learning about that.
Okay. You became
it's
Frankie's
been a
best
journey.
advocate.
Oh yeah. If you wouldn't have had me, and I think about that all the time, like the kids, and in the future, that's something that I would like to do. You know, I would like to be there for the families that go through something like that, to give them that hope.
Yeah.
Because I also was fortunate that I had this mom. Her name was Christina. That her son had a very similar accident, and one of the doctors, which was also my angel. I mean, honestly, I was in all the bad. I was blessed.
Yeah.
With such amazing.
That was God.
People. No, for sure it was.
Yeah.
It was like they were all my angels. Like I literally still called he was a PA, but he was the one that was there every day. And they would tell me, don't give up. Like, don't give up. Your son's in there. Don't listen to the doctors. And he being in the medical field, like he knows that. He's like, just trust me. And I'm like, no, I'm not listening. Like, I know he's there too. But because he had the aphasia and he couldn't communicate, how are we judged by like our verbal abilities? There were other things that you look at as well. But, it took him a really long time, to say, to talk, to say a word. And the first word he said was coño, by the way.
I love him. Yeah. I love his personality. You have to bring him when we do more, like when you come promote the book. Okay. When is the book going to be out?
Well, I don't want to say anything yet because I'm still working on the deal.
Okay.
But it's coming soon. It's in the work. It's like way long due. That's when actually I started writing a little bit after Frankie's accident and during the accident, because I felt like it was so therapeutic.
Yeah, it is.
I would write letters to God. I always wrote letters to God, even in high school. And so I went back to that. I would write letters to God, and then I started writing. And then after we came back home, that I was like staying with him at home and still not going to work, I just started writing, my book. But then after I was like, my God, like I wasn't being so honest about it because I felt bad to talk about the dad because I was married to Herman.
Oh, okay.
And then there were things that I was like withholding.
And now you're not.
And now I'm not. Because you know what? I'm unapologetic. I am who I am.
Yeah.
And I am the woman that I am today because of these experiences. And like I told you, what I felt ashamed about before, I'm actually proud about today. And I'm like, you know what? Like you're really strong and you're like a badass. And I want to be inspiring in any way that I can be,
And it molded who you are today. You wouldn't be who you are today if you didn't go through all those experiences. And how is Frankie doing now? Because I see him great on the show.
Right. No, he's doing great. He works with me at the beauty bar. And, he just loves people. So, like everybody that walks in there, that's the first thing, is Frankie here? Because, they want to see Frankie. And, he offers them water, coffee. He talks to them. He helps them pick out the polish. He lives with me.
He loves girls. He's a flirt.
Oh, yeah. I thought about bringing him to the award thing, and I was like, he's going to be overwhelmed with all the women, with all the girls here. But yeah, no, but you know what? He's happy. And like I said, you know, he's touched so many people's life. Like,
Yeah.
if he only imagined, you know, everybody's like, oh, because, you know, you do so much for Frankie and he's so lucky to have you. And I'm like, no, nobody knows how lucky I am to have him.
Yeah.
Because he's my life.
He's your angel.
Yeah.
He's your angel. I love him, and I haven't even met him.
Yes, no,
I
you'll love
know.
him. Everybody, even like he takes you can't even like get depressed around him because he
He's so
lets you see. Like
cute.
even today when the sun started coming out, because in the morning it was like pretty shitty Miami weather. It was like breezy and raining, and then the sun starts coming out. He's like, "No, mom, look, the day is beautiful," and he just saw a little bit of sun, and you know he always sees like the good and everything and the positive.
That's
So, you know, he
beautiful. God
keeps me
bless him. How
grounded.
old is he now?
29.
He's 29.
He
He's-
refuses to be 29 though, because he knows that's like I'm getting old, mom. Yeah.
Really?
He's like, Mom, no, I'm 27. I go, Frankie, you were 27 2 years ago. You had the 28th, and now you're 29. He's like, no, I'm 27.
How
He-
funny.
He doesn't want to be.
So he's 1 year younger than my daughter.
Okay.
My daughter was born September 30th, 1995.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go now to housewives. I want to know todo el chisme. I want the gossip.
Well,
I
you
want
know
to
we're
know.
on pause.
Yeah. Listen, why are you guys on pause with everything that's happening with Lisa? You guys would have had the highest rated show with her arrest, and I don't really know the details of it, but I'm sure that the Bravo producers are going to be calling you guys soon because
You know, it doesn't really work that way.
Really?
Yeah. Even though the cameras came super quick when my situation happened, but you know, if things are different now. You know, I feel like there's a lot of those kind of things going on in the shows, and people
Really?
need to respect people's privacy too. I mean, she's going through something that's very hard, and she's my friend, and I'm here always to support her. And I don't think sometimes there are things that you can even share on the show. Everybody's
No.
gonna have an opinion, and
But I feel like it would have been good for the show, just to even if she doesn't talk about it, just the whole thing. It's drama, it's drama. And I did see that you came together with some of the castmates that maybe you were like fighting with in other seasons, right?
right. Well,
Like
I
that
don't
brought
fight.
you guys
They
together.
fight with me.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like that there were issues with.
Right.
So that was nice.
I feel like our franchise does that a lot. I mean, not always, and I can't really speak like for the moment because it changes. One day you're great with a person, another day they're hating each other. But I could say that we are like real friends, and that at times like this, we forget our differences and we show up for each other.
That's beautiful.
And with Lisa, I've always loved Lisa. She's like my little sister. Like I want to protect her and her family. I love her kids. And yeah, I mean, I only wish her well. And now more than ever, I always like support the person that's like down. So, I'm rooting for her, and I hope everything turns out okay
Me
for her
too.
and her family. She's a mom. She has 2 kids.
Yeah, I really hope that the show comes back because I feel like it was like the more diverse housewife franchise because you had Colombian, Cuban, even Haitian, Brazilian, Russian.
Lebanese, and Canadian.
Yeah.
Because Lisa's an immigrant.
Right.
Well, that's what she says. It's like a cute thing. She
Oh,
says
it
she's
is?
an immigrant. So it became like funny. But yeah, we have all these nationalities. So like, for us, it's very disheartening because, we felt like we're the only show that has Latinas, and it's like
Yeah.
our voice.
Yeah.
And I feel like people from other places, they either get us or they don't get us. And I've had like customers at the beauty bar that I have, that say, oh, I love the show. And I said, yeah, but like, are you watching? Like, do you get us? What do you like about it? She goes, you know what I really like about you is that you're so different, that I don't get you. So I want to learn about like your culture and about your
Yeah.
city because it's so different. I think she was from like Wyoming. So
Miami is a melting pot of so many cultures. And I really, I bravo, please get your shit together.
Yeah.
Bring back the Housewives
You've
of
never
Miami.
considered being part of it?
I would be
Because
scared.
you have a little bit of a history of reality
I
TV
know.
yourself.
Listen, you guys, I don't know if you know, but Alexia was like my shoulder to cry on when I did one season of a show called My Life is a Telenovela. It was really
God, I
horrible
forgot
for
to see it.
me
Yeah.
because
you were too nice.
I was too nice. But this is the thing. In our contract, it said that we were not going to damage our reputations. And I've always had a good reputation.
Right,
I
of
always was
course.
classy. I never really got
Wait,
involved in
how did
scandal.
you get that in your contract? I want that in my contract.
Well, it's because we were I especially, like, we were really pushy with that because most of the people were real actors. So real actors don't want to have their reputations
true.
ruined.
Right.
They've never done a reality show before. So we really took a long time with that contract. And I was doing the seminars for the girls and the young people wanting to get into show business, and I've always been like a pretty good example. I'm not perfect. I have skeletons in my closet too. I've messed up in the past too. But once we started shooting, this person that I thought was my friend turned on me in such a nasty way. And
welcome to the housewives world. That's how it is.
But what I did was, instead of fighting with her, because I'm like, you think I'm going to go back to Adriana from 20 years ago who used to fist fight? You're not paying me enough.
Right.
I'm not going to do that for you. And so I was already older. I was in my 40s when this happened. So I kind of like realized what they were doing immediately. And they would tell me, now you're going to go in and say this. I'm like, I'm not going to say that.
Right. Yeah,
I'm not going to say that because we are mature enough to say, listen, this is as far as I will go. And so we decide what we say on the reality shows, especially that one. Right. So this person just like decided to like be super mean to me and bully me. And I was like in shock. But what happened was the cameras would be rolling. So I wasn't going to fight back because I wasn't going to lower myself, because I wasn't going to lower my reputation. And I would call you, oh my God, because I think we had one of the same producers, and then I would tell you, but this is going on. And you were my shoulder to cry on. And you would tell me, oh, I go through it too. And I'm like, oh, but you know what? I regret not cooperating more with them because they did edit me very fairly. They showed that I'm a classy person. That I'm not two-faced, and that when I really consider someone my friend, I'm going to be there 100%. Like, I'm not going to sell out just for ratings.
Right. And a lot of the girls do.
Exactly.
A lot of the girls
Which girls on your
way,
franchise?
And then the camera turns on and they're like a different person. I'm like, I thought we were good. Like, why are you doing this? I feel that Adriana can be that person.
Adriana de Maura.
Yes.
Okay.
Adriana de Maura. Because, we have a history together. And even like recently I've seen her and we're like good. But then, we filmed something else, and then she kind of like was doing that. And I was like, why are you doing that? We just saw each other. We were good and whatnot. But, some girls have that. Some people, some of the girls turn it up for the camera. Some of the girls se prestan para eso, like they say something or start something, they're like, I feel like some of them do it when they don't have a story. They're not such interesting characters. Oh. So, they want to call the attention and be like that shock factor.
Yeah. Someone threw a drink at someone's face. Who was that? I don't remember.
That was Julia.
Julia threw a drink?
But it wasn't at her face.
Wait,
I was there.
But I saw it.
Throwing anything is not okay.
But who was it to?
It was Julia to Gertie.
Okay.
But it was I was there. Yeah. It was just like she went like this to the drink, and the drink like went all over her face. I know,
but still.
No, it was terrible.
I was scared they were going to do that to me on my reality show.
No, it was terrible. I don't think, but you know what? A lot of these franchises do that. I'm not saying it's okay.
I seen
but
that.
But Miami's not the only one where that happened.
I know.
I mean, there's been worse, unfortunately.
Yeah, when they
I don't condone to any violence at all.
Didn't one girl on House
Teresa, my friend.
She's beautiful.
That was iconic, though.
She went like that, and what did she do to the table?
She flipped it.
She flipped the table.
Yeah, but you know what? She's one other one that's not, that's portrayed only one side to her. Because if she would be here in the room with us, you would all love her.
I love her. I like her.
She's a great mom.
Yeah.
So we would connect that way. She's like super cool. Like she's fun. She's funny. She's kind. She's just like a normal person. And then, of course, if they come for you, you have to defend yourself. So that's like what, happens to these shows. Like, I just feel like they should show us like all around, not only show one aspect of your life. You know what I mean? Like, you could be like a great mom, but you can also have like a character and a personality, and you can also be feisty and fight back. Yeah. That doesn't mean like.
But I do have to say, in all fairness, that at the end of each episode, there's kind of like a camaraderie,
right?
Like it's like it comes
you're
like
supposed
full
to be
circle,
able to repair,
So I do like that. I just.
But it doesn't always happen. Have you watched the reunion?
God,
yeah, because after the reunion, that's what's really decisive whether you move forward or not.
Can we talk about the reunion? Okay, so I was like floored when I saw that the girl from Russia, Julia, said that she had sex with Adriana because she's married to Martina, and Martina just got over cancer.
Yeah.
I'm like, is she doing this for clout?
No.
Or why is she saying this?
Well,
is it true? Because
that.
I know she flirts with people and there's pop kisses here and there, but they didn't show that. And I'm like, okay, why is she doing it? I felt bad for Martina.
I'm friendly with Julia. I know I felt bad with Martina too, but Martina's okay with it.
Okay.
I mean, she was okay with it because Julia was honest about it and told Martina, so Martina knew about it. I'm sure, it's a bit humiliating, to say something like that because Not so much for you, but because all the world is going to have an opinion about it.
And she has 2 kids, and the 2 kids will see it, and they're not gonna feel happy about that.
Yes.
I guess eventually.
Well, I mean, we're all in that situation, but you know, you're on a reality TV show.
Yeah.
You know, something, you know, is going to happen. So I feel that Julia finally wanted to come up with that because Adriana was like dangling that over her head, you know, kind of saying, you know, Adriana, for whatever reason, was never, when she came back, she was never like a happy, nice friend. You know, she started getting jealous of my friendship with Marisol, and, you know, that she came back as a friend, and Julia got the housewife position instead of her.
And they were best friends, right?
Not really.
No?
They got closer together like during COVID, and you know, which was like when they started recasting the show and not that. But I just feel like Adriana wasn't very happy with Julia becoming the housewife. You know, what the audience doesn't know is that there's a lot of backstory, and we're the only ones that know it. So sometimes you think that we react like crazy people, and it's because you don't know everything that happened before. You guys just see like a snippet of it, if you do, because even like what you said, you're like, but where did you see that?
Yeah.
Like, how do we know that Julia hooked up with Adriana or not?
Yeah.
There was no cameras in the room. The cameras were down, and they don't put cameras in the room anyways. Actually, do they? No. They put lighting, but not cameras.
How
No,
scary.
they don't. No, that's the wrong show. Not the Housewives. The Housewives can't do that. But they did share a room together, and you know, nobody, think about it, who's gonna lie and say something like that publicly and nationally, you know, to ruin your reputation and to humiliate your partner if it's not true?
Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
So
that's what you're asking me.
So she said it because she thought that Adriana was gonna come out and say it
Before her.
Do you think
Because
that hurt
Adriana
her?
threatened her, because Adriana had already threatened her.
And do you think that hurt her or hurt the show? Because I didn't like it because of Martina.
Right. No, we love Martina. She's an incredible woman, a human being. I have a lot of respect for her.
And she's been through a
and
lot.
she's like in a different level. So I think that
she's an icon.
Because of her journey and where she is today, I think she chooses, and it's a choice, she chooses not to be bothered by any of this. She knows who she is. She knows who her wife is, Julia, and she adores and loves Julia, and she does not let the noise get in her ears. Like, I honestly admire and respect her. I think more people should be like that, because there's a lot of people that are influenced by the comments that they read, by people saying things behind, and it ruins your relationship, your friendship, your whatever it may be.
Yeah, and it's hard not to be. Like the bullying online,
And Julia
it's
wasn't
hard.
trying to disrespect Martina. Julia was just trying to tell her story. She had a hard time saying the story. You know, Julia's like a person, you know, also like, you know, Russian is her first language.
Yeah.
Mind you, Julia and I didn't get along in one of the seasons. So, but I've gotten to know her and her family, and I have a close relationship with her. And I think that she was like misunderstood. You know, she has
Language barrier.
Yes, she has a language barrier. Y también, you know, sometimes like on TV, it doesn't register right. Like the story isn't told right.
Or it's not edited properly.
Editing has a lot to do with it as well. So, but you know, we still stay friends with her. I mean, I'm friends with her in my real life, which is like what counts. Like I told you,
I saw her at the award show.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's move forward because time is flying by, and the studio's gonna close. We could be here like for 10 days.
Yeah.
All right. You went back with Todd after all the drama.
I know.
After all the drama with Todd, I'm like, I know her. They're gonna go back. You guys make such a beautiful couple, and I feel like he has like a tough enough persona.
Need the tough
he'll
guy.
put you in, you know, because you're tough too.
Yeah.
So I feel like he can handle Alexia.
Right.
Tell us all about that. How did you guys make up? Where is he right now?
Well, the thing is that we were, you know, as I was healing, like I was healing with him. I don't know if you get me. Like I was healing individually. He was healing individually, and then we were like healing together.
Okay.
And, you know, we never stopped loving each other. It's not like we separated because we didn't love each other. I think that we just it got like crazy and toxic. You know what I mean? It was like we had so much responsibility in so many things. And, you know, he didn't like the show either, like I said.
Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't like the show because, you know, obviously they also, you know, showed things about our family that he was not very happy about or proud about. And there was also rumors that were a lie that Adriana also had to do with. So that's, when you don't have no control over that, it's hard to be part of it. He's like an innocent, like partisan, like,
innocent bystander.
Exactly.
Guilty by association, like you said earlier.
But because if you would really know the real side of Todd, he's super funny. Like, he's such good TV, but I thought it was going to be good for him. Like, I thought it was going to be good for us. Like, when we signed on that we were engaged and we were going to get married, it was going to be on the show only because it was like the same time when the cameras were here.
But that's scary because you don't know what production has in mind or how they're going to edit you. That's a huge risk, isn't it?
It is, but that's what we signed up for. Like, my contract didn't say what yours said. Mine is, you cannot carve any of that out.
But I feel bad now that I didn't cooperate as much because they did edit me fairly. Mm-hmm. They did edit me fairly.
I feel like one season you'll have a good edit, and then the next season they come back, and then you're like, okay, like, it's getting to your head. You came out too nice and too perfect, so now we're gonna, okay. It's like a balance. Okay. It's not that they do anything on purpose. It just kind of like works out that way. Mm-hmm. But again, I signed up to do the show, thinking it was going to be good for me and my relationship and my family. I never thought that it was going to cause us a lot of pain. And it did.
It did.
Because these are like real people that you love and real things. It's very different from other things, right? And unfortunately, we didn't have the skills and like the tools at that moment to handle it. And that's what he chose. He's like, I need to like go away because I can't deal with this, and of course it affected me tremendously. But like he left, but he never left. You know what I mean? It's like we were still connected. Yeah. We're still connected. We're still seeing
because
each other.
Because you love each other. You love each other. So how is everything now?
Everything's great. Everything's really good. And, that's why I was also in a way like kind of scared about the show because I was like, here we go again.
Everything happens for a reason. And God's plan is the best plan. Show us your ring, honey.
Oh, yeah. No, this is still my same ring.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get me another ring. Yeah. Because, to me, the ring, like, means, like, my commitment.
To him.
And it reminds me, like, I don't need a ring to remind myself that I'm married to him. But, like, it's a
beautiful
time.
ring. Wear it, please. It's gorgeous.
No, but because Lisa would say that about Lenny's, and I wouldn't let her wear it. I was like, no, you can't wear Lenny's because she liked her ring too.
Yeah, but they had a whole different situation.
Yeah, no, completely
that was
different.
Horrible.
Completely, and it's still horrible. No, totally different. Not even comparing in anything. Thank God, that Todd and I like found our way back.
Oh, thank God.
I was not gonna let like the show or anything like destroy us and get in the way. But we had to learn the hard way. We have to learn by separation.
Sometimes you have to go, through a really hard time to realize what you have, love each other, appreciate each other, and then come together.
And our relationship is so much better. I mean, it's we really had to work on ourselves and on our relationship. It's easier to quit. I mean, I know that.
It is.
It's
it
so
takes
much
work,
easier,
right?
Especially nowadays that everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side.
Well, if Todd has any friends that you think that, would be good for me,
thinking, like,
Todd
looking, the thing is that all his friends are still married. All my friends are divorced and all his friends are married.
Really?
And all my friends are divorced from their husbands.
Well, that's great because that means that you guys, are you going to get married again?
I mean, for me, honestly, Adriana, it's always been a piece of paper. Like, he was really more the one that always wanted to get married.
Okay.
For me, it was like a piece of paper, even though I knew he was my person and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. For me, it was more the spiritual and the commitment. I feel like sometimes like being married, like it gives you, at least to me, it was more about the psychological stability. Like being his wife and him being my husband. But we still like, nothing's changed. Only a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It actually has gone so much better. So sometimes,
maybe
I had to go through
pressure.
that. I had to go through that. I had to work on myself. He had to work on himself. We had to work on it together. And our relationship is so much healthier and better today.
I'm so happy, my friend.
But
you look very happy.
Yeah.
You look very happy.
Thank you. I am.
Yeah, and
and it's good with him and like my kids because people will be like, oh, how because you did this and that. And I go, listen, when we're in a bad spot, we do, and it's okay. Like, I said a lot of things, that maybe I shouldn't have said. We're human because we're in pain. And that's just how we... I don't even want to say retaliate because it's not a retaliation at all. Because when you love somebody, for me, you don't retaliate. So it's just like I was going through it in real time. So it was really difficult for me. And, I'm just like, that's how much we love each other, that we were able to figure it out, because it was hard.
I always knew. I'm like, they're going to go back. And Marisol would say it too. Marisol would say, were you with Todd?
Yeah.
Because she knows you so well, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
you girls
she
are like
does.
sisters.
We're really close because, again, we've been friends for so many years, and we also, like, our
it's
business
real.
brought us together, and it's real. And we've been in each other's lives in the most happiest moments and in the most saddest.
Sad moments.
She lost both of her parents. I was there, like her breakups with the guys, her with me, the same thing. So, and then the show, you always have a special bond.
Yeah.
The show
and you need a
also.
buddy on the show because you don't know
Thank God.
who's going to say
Yeah,
what.
she'll never turn on me, and I'll never turn on her, because in our real life, that's we can
'Cause
say
you're
each
sisters.
other.
Yeah.
We are. We're gonna have differences.
Yeah.
Actually, we're not the same.
No,
in
you're
many
different.
things. We're
Yeah.
very different.
Yeah.
And I don't control her, and she doesn't control me. Despite what like people say and whatnot. And we don't have any special rights either. But at the end of the day, we're real and authentic, and that's what real friendship is about.
Yeah.
That's what real
Yeah,
friendship
you're
is
not going to
about.
agree on everything.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna like insult you and like say horrible things and never talk to you again. Like
Yeah.
I've never had friends like that. I'm still friends, with all my friends.
Yeah, that says a lot about you. So, what do you want people to know about Alexia that they don't already know? Because we've talked about everything, but is there something?
Well, I'm pretty open about everything. That I actually wanted to be a housewife and not one on TV. I wanted to be like a stay-at-home mom, like with my kids. I only wanted to get married once and be like happily, ever married. But I feel like I've been like an open book. I don't know. I mean, I would like questions. Like, ask me, what do you want to know about me? Like, I think I've been pretty genuine and authentic and real, and I'm an oversharer. But, I'm just like a simple person. I'm not always with glam. Like, my
Right.
happiest thing is being with my workout clothes. Even if I don't go to the gym, I'm still with my
Me
athleisure.
too. Every day. That's my
It's so
go-to.
good. Yeah, and nowadays I have such cute, like, that you don't even know. Like, you can just dress it up or whatnot.
Right.
So, that's like my happiest place, like to be, with my kids and with no makeup and traveling, just doing things that, that bring me happiness, which is that, just like the simple things. You don't need so much in life. And I really realized that when I almost lost Frankie. Nothing matters.
Only
We
health.
need health. That's it. Health and, and your loved ones, that you want around you, that
Right.
love, health and love. To me, love has been a very powerful force in my life. So for me, it's like health and love. Like, I need that love.
Those two. You need health and love. We all do. Okay. And what's next for Alexia? Just to wrap it up, because it's going to be a
Yes.
long episode. I think it's going to be 2 episodes.
Oh, good. So, I'm going to continue with the beauty bar. As a matter of fact, I may like revamp it because I have some time now, and I really love that. I love my business, and working on this book deal that hopefully I'll close soon. So I'll be busy working on my book deal, and that's it. Just, I just want to enjoy, I want to enjoy my life. I want to keep on doing what I'm doing because I feel like I'm blessed and I love my life. And I want to keep on sharing it with the people that I love.
And I think the public really, really, really does love you. And going back to what you asked me, have I ever considered it? No, but I can do an episode. I'll put you
Yes.
on the cover of the magazine, and maybe you could shoot at the party,
Oh
and
my
maybe
God,
I'll
yes,
say one or
kind
two
of like
sentences.
what I did with William Levy.
Okay,
You
but
could do
yeah,
it
but
with
that's
me.
it. Because I don't know. I'd be scared. I would be scared.
No, I think he can hold him down. I need another friend on the show.
Okay,
Yes,
dale.
You, me, and Marisol.
Dale.
We need another Colombiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think,
let's see.
honestly,
What
I
about
think
that
you could.
contract, though? I'm scared. That
Which
contract
one?
is like
Oh,
anything
no, the
goes.
contract, the contract.
So I would just have
can't.
to ignore it. I would just have to ignore
Yeah,
it.
you kind of, you're like,
ignore it.
you're signing your life away.
Bueno, no sé, bravo. Hello, I'm here.
Yes.
Amiga.
No, I mean, I think you would be great representation, because I feel like, I'm proud to represent my city. I love Miami. I was born and raised here. And I've lived in other cities. Obviously Europe is different. It doesn't really count. But, I love my city and I love the people here. And even though I talk shit about it sometimes, and I'm like, I hate this and I hate that because it's not the same like the 80s.
No, don't you miss the 80s?
Yes.
Ah,
So I'm
take
like,
us back.
it wasn't like that before and blah, blah, blah. And, I live in Miami Beach, which is very transient and very touristy. But I
Yeah.
also love it too. But, I feel like when we're from here, we can talk
We can talk crap.
Crap.
We can talk smack about Miami
Yeah.
because we're natives. There aren't any natives in Miami
Exactly.
anymore.
Right.
If you go to Brickell and you go to Wynwood
Yeah,
and Design
¿qué es
District,
eso?
no one's from Miami. Everyone's
nobody.
from New York,
Yes.
Chicago, LA. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like a fish out of water. But
Same.
anyway, my friend, thank you so much. Did you like my skincare? Did you try
Oh my
Catano
God,
Beauty?
amazing. I've been looking at your glow in your face like the entire time. No, I'm doing it tonight because I came from Salt Lake and it's super dry there.
It is.
And I was like, after I take my makeup off when I go home, I'm going to use like everything.
Okay, because your opinion
So
is
good.
really important to me because I know you get the best of the best, right?
You know, sometimes it's not like getting the best of the best. You know, I have used like expensive brands, but sometimes I just like Neutrogena.
Yeah.
You know, and now one that I like a lot is Magic Cream, the Magic Cream of Charlotte Tilbury. It's
Okay.
actually a makeup brand.
I love Charlotte Tilbury, yeah.
But they have a great, I know I always change the name. They have a great skincare
Okay.
also.
Well, I'm not talking about other skincare here.
Of course. So
Catano
so
Beauty.
cut that
It's
off.
Catano Beauty. No,
Right.
we're not going to cut it. It's authentic.
Yeah, no, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying because, you know, I feel like as a creator and that you're always looking for like different ingredients or like you're working, at least for me, I think it's like one of them that I've kept on like buying.
Okay.
Is what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying.
look
But I
into
know
it.
you're
Yeah, I'm
also into
open. I'm
skincare.
open.
You know,
Yeah.
no, me too. Like I always want to make everything better and get feedback from people.
Yeah, it's so important
And I think
for
as
me.
a business owner and a founder, you have to be, listening to people.
Thank you so much for your support. You've always supported me. I won't forget that.
Thank you.
Or
I'm
all of
gonna
our
use it.
memories, all our
I know,
history.
we need
but
like
we need
another,
we need
like-
a lunch.
Yes, we need a lunch.
We need
and
a
a
lunch
dinner
and a dinner and a sleepover
and a trip.
a trip to Spain. Thank you,
Yes,
amiga. Thank
for
you
sure.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Where can
Thank
they
you.
follow you?
Alexia _says.
Okay. So no more
yeah.
Nepola?
Well,
You
my
confuse
Instagram
me.
handle. No,
Wait,
it's
wait.
Alexia Nepola, but I
Okay.
don't know that I have. I actually just have Alexia on it. I have to go back and fix it.
Anyway,
And,
you'll find her. She's there.
Alexia _says. That's my handle. As a matter of fact, one of my interns from Venue was the one that gave me that name. And she opens up William Levy's account that day and mine.
You have a great following, and I love all
I do,
your
not
posts.
as much. I mean, I'm not so big on it. We need to do another podcast about social media.
Okay.
And the effects of it.
Yeah, good and bad.
Yeah, of course.
Good and
Positive,
bad.
negative.
So you promise to come back in a few months, and we'll
I'll come
continue.
back.
We'll continue
For
this.
sure.
I want to go to the show. Okay, so we'll talk about the next show because I'm sure you're
Okay.
gonna do a couple, right?
Okay. Well, I mean, that's our goal, especially now that we're not doing like TV to maybe even go like to different cities. But yeah, I want to have you there. And on the other show también. You're going
Okay.
to do a special appearance. We have to do a cover thing. That's a good
Okay,
one. I
yes,
like
yes,
that.
yes. You know, I had that idea, and we had talked about it, and then I was so bummed when they said it's not getting renewed. I'm like,
Yes.
what about the photo shoot for Somos La Revista
Yeah.
with Alexia on the cover, and then the party, and then they can do drama at the party?
Yes.
Remember?
You're going to allow us? Yeah, you
I
know
was
it all.
gonna
It's a
allow
formula.
you.
Yeah.
It's a formula. There's always going to be some drama and a cat fight at a party.
Right.
But anyway, you guys, if you liked this episode of Unscripted with Adri, please hit that subscribe button and follow us on Instagram also. I love you guys. God bless you. Remember what Alexia said. Always keep the faith. Never give up. God is good.